Hey, I'm Aanand Prakash Bagga from Delhi. And before I give you any advice, I'd like to tell you a bit about myself. I had commerce with maths as my subjects, in which I scored an aggregate of 1128 out of 1250. And firstly, I'd like to thank CUET Mock and their team for guiding me in my journey. I feel like this is that one platform that gives you everything from PYQs to chapter-wise mock tests, which are based on NCRT. And the faculty was also really supportive and helped me in solving most of my doubts. So there's a lot of guidance you can get. So moving on, I want to share a few tips with my juniors. I promise I'll try to explain them in a laconic manner. So the single most important thing you should be doing is studying from NCRT. Like, let me repeat that. Study only and only from NCRT, especially for your domains, accounts, eco, and BST. What I did was read NCRT, and then I would just solve chapter-wise mock tests from CUET Mock. That was my prep. Like, remember, I had a desk full of help books and whatnot, but after advice from my seniors, I didn't even use most of them. And my second tip is starting early. English. English is that one subject I feel almost everyone takes lightly for boards, but struggles in CUT because they don't know what to do. And I got 230 in English, which translates to a 99.9 percentile. And I also recommend doing mocks. मैंने almost रोज mocks करे हैं from CUT mock website. And I recommend doing mocks because that is how you find your mistakes. Like, you will read a chapter, you will read the NCRT, but at the end, you won't know what points you have missed unless you're taking regular mock tests. And CUT mock ka SWOT analysis section, that will also help you because I remember during my prep, I used to view that SWOT analysis, and that's how I was able to find my weak areas, especially in math. Like, I was weak in integrals, I feel, and then I focused more on that topic. Like CUET mock का जो interface है, that's almost the same as what NTA gives you. So you are already preparing in CBT format, and since you're preparing in CUET as CBT format, it will help you because when I do papers sometimes, because I've seen many coaching, what they do is they just give you a sheet and that's how you practice. I don't want to name anyone, but I know that happens from my friend. Usually, like I mentioned, not taking regular mock tests, and वो I think consistency में वो वाला part थोड़ा बहुत cover हो जाता है, because if you're not consistent, then you will face problem. मैंने वही सबसे basically mention करना चाहता, consistency, taking mock tests, and working on your weak areas. Those are three key points you should be following. Prepare well and don't worry about normalization because that's the one thing that is not in your hands. I've seen really a lot of people worry about that, but do not worry.